things work.
I just want to move on to the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, because she's continuing her trip in Africa today. And she was at another one of these town halls of herself, and someone was talking about democracy, how they can get democracy going in Africa and some of these developing countries. And she said this, we're getting the tape in, but I'm going to read it to you, what she said, because I suspect this is going to cause a little heartburn out there. She says, you know, we've had all kinds of problems in some of our past elections, as you might remember. In 2000, our presidential election came down to one state where the brother of the man running for president was the governor of the state. So we have our problems, too.
It's 100% factual. No, I mean, if there's not a single thing in it that's disputable, she should have added that the Supreme Court stopped a vote count and that Al Gore got 500,000 more in a popular vote and was getting ready to win Florida. She would have been 100% accurate had she said that. There has to be a time when the Secretary of State can tell the truth. And that was all she did, the truth.
She spoke factually. She might have added obscure fact of the day. 66 out of the 67 counties in Florida were controlled by the Democratic Party. And that was a bigger part. I spent a month in Florida during that period. It was a little bit more complicated than that. She's had quite a string of frank comments in Africa. I hope she goes to Africa more often. I love this Hillary.
Because the implication of what she's saying, James, you know, maybe factually accurate. Jeb Bush was the governor, but the implication, and you understand politics as well as anyone, is that Jeb Bush was doing some hanky-panky to get his brother elected. And this is what she's saying to a group in Africa.
But again, what it is, we all agree that what she said was factual. Okay, so that's that, and I don't think, again,
African democracy to American democracy.
Again,
in that
we've had problems. The idea that certainly there were a lot of people that thought that the Supreme Court stopping the vote.
You believe Jeb Bush did some?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't say that. But it was what she said was 100% factual. No one can argue with the facts. That's just a fact. And facts is that the Supreme Court voted to stop a vote count that Bush would have lost.
I'm going to give you the last word, but tell me how Republicans will view this comment. And we'll see the tape. We'll get the context. We'll play it for our viewers. I think that's going to come up in our next hour, in our 6 p.m. Eastern hour. We'll give the full context of what she said.
Sure. I really feel like there's still a lot of harsh and hard feelings about what happened in Florida. But I was there and I saw those machines running those ballots through over and over again. It'll never be solved. Democracy can be messy, but the outcome was certain, and the country survived. Let her speak her mind. It's not going to hurt anybody.
Not near as well as it would have if the Supreme Court would have stayed out of it.
And Democrats still think that they got ripped off in Florida. But the fact of the matter is, Democrats controlled 66 out of the 67 counties in that state, and they were as much a part of that as we were.
We're getting the tape in. We'll play it for our viewers. I want everyone to get the context, the perspective. We understand you guys where you guys are coming from. Thanks very much. More than 100